Um, Contrast, coming here last year, there were a lot of people like yourself coming from different places.
Yes, sir.
Didn't know what to maybe expect to this year, where expectations are much greater. How different is it from last year?
I would say last year, we still had the same mindset, that championship was. We got a few transfers in this year, but I would say it does help having guys, being here for the second year, being in the defensive system for a second year, and as well as guys on the offensive side of the ball. So I would say it's a smoother transition, bringing guys in and, helping them along and letting them know the standard of the program.
And was that something that, based on what y'all established last year, obviously a very good season, win the West, win 10 games, win a big bowl game.
Yes, sir, absolutely. We just want to get to a point on the team where everyone understands that, a national championship is the standard. And if we don't achieve that, that doesn't mean that the season was a failure, but, that's the standard.
Mekhi, obviously you guys are trying to continue to build depth. You mentioned some of the transfers, but where do you feel like this group is, and defensive line, and how you guys can progress into this year?
I think the defensive line has been looking great throughout spring and, throughout summer workouts. We got transfers in, guys like Braden Swinson, guys like Ovi and Jordan Jefferson, and those guys, they've come in and they've really bought into what we're building, and they've been great. And I love the competition, and guys just continuing to push each other.
Offensive line, obviously you guys are going up against them, all through spring practice, and you're going to be doing fall camp. What's that group looking like, obviously, y'all, and what kind of looks are they going to be on?
The O-line, they've been looking really phenomenal throughout camp, Will Campbell, obviously we know who he is, Emory Jones has been great, Miles Frazier, Dellinger, and then we got a young guy in like Lance Hurd, it's going to be very exciting watching those guys and competing against those guys all camp.
You got anything else, Scott?
The year you had, how are you hoping to build it? Obviously, you came in. So how are you? What are your individual goals in terms of having a good year? Do you say I've got to try to top this, or do you try to maintain what you did? What do you think of? Because it was such a good year.
I appreciate that, thank you, but what I really want to do this year is just step up and be a leader and, help those young guys come along. That's my main focus. It's not, can I repeat this All-American season or can I get this award again? I just want to compete every day and be able to put the best product on the field that helps the team win, and that's it.
A lot of conversations kind of talking about obviously you kind of getting back basics and having an interior that could really be one of the tops of the country.
Right.
Is that something you're paying attention to? Obviously you want to be the best, but how much do you put stock in that kind of stuff?
I don't look at it too much, but obviously we know what type of player Mason Smith is. He's the type of guy that could wreck a game, any given day. So just, having a phenomenal talent like him back on the field, it's going to make things easier for everybody, linebackers, other defensive linemen, because, that's a guy that you got to account for and put two guys on. So it's just going to be great having him back.
Last year you got a front row seat to watching Will Perkins and kind of what he can do. I know there's obviously trying to figure out where he's going to mix in this defense. But what have you seen over the past year, just the growth of him, maybe personally, both on and off the field, as he kind of gets into year two of this program?
Perk's a guy that handles his business. He comes in every day, works hard, with all the awards and all the recognition, it doesn't get to his head or anything like that. He's the guy that just ready for whatever, and he's a guy that can also wreck a game. So, it's going to be great having him and Mason both on the defense. It's going to be real fun.
What did you think when they asked you to come here? This is kind of a big deal. Under school, deal with all of this, but nonetheless.
It was a great feeling. I never been able to attend a meeting there yet, so being asked to come here and represent the school, it was just great. It was a great feeling.
Good. I know obviously last year you missed, or this spring you missed a good portion of it. Just give us an update on your health and how you're doing.
Well, I'm officially cleared, fully cleared. I've been going full go with the team and everything, lifts, runs, team runs, practices, so I'm going.
big storyline this year is just the continuity you guys have returning on offense. Just can you talk about what it's been like developing that relationship and that chemistry since you already have like a whole year's worth of data? Just how is that process going?
Not only did we have like a lot of time together with the whole year, but we have a lot of film that we can go back and watch. And I think that's a big deal for us. We've been doing that a lot this summer. And also, we have more timing. Timing is a big deal, I think, in offense and the way things flow. And I think that our timing is already kind of there. So I'm excited.
I mean, you can tell last year just how much that team missed you kind of down the stretch in the A&M game, and certainly with the SEC championship game, you kind of being limited. Just do you feel like that? What was it like? I guess missing out on some of those games down the stretch. How has it maybe fueled you into how you prepared your body for this offseason?
It's tough. It's tough mentally whenever you know that you can't play and guys are looking for you to play. But I tried to take that time to be mentally tough and being a leader more vocally, because I'm more of a leader by action. But I tried to just use this time to be more of a vocal leader this whole spring, and I feel like this has made me grow as a person.
Yeah, I mean, in the same breath, you got to watch like Noah Kane really take a big step last year. Certainly, I guess probably in the spring you saw Trey Holly take a lot of those reps. Just do you feel, what's the depth like? You guys are running back. You guys brought in a bunch of guys.
So
you guys got a lot of your returning pieces coming back. Just talk about that.
I'm excited for the running back room. We do have a lot of depth in the room, which is exactly what we needed from last year. I mean, we only had 2 backs virtually playing against Georgia, and I wasn't 100%. So, bringing in these backs are going to give us more depth as we get into the deeper season, and that'll have us more opportunity to be more successful.
What are your early impressions of Logan Diggs? Just early conversations maybe you've had with him and how he can fit into this offense.
He's a very smart back, very intelligent. He's bigger, he's fast. He's an all-around back, man. He can do it all. So, hey, he's very intelligent on the field, book smart. So I'm glad about that.
We talk a lot about expectations with this group. You guys are obviously coming off an SEC West win, playing for the SEC championship. What's the next step for this team in terms of what you guys think the goal is and the expectations for 2020?
Well, our team's whole mindset is to graduate champions. That's our slogan. It's to graduate champion, and to follow our morals is to stay focused, be respectful, and to do the things that that coach wants us to do. But as far as besides graduate champions, me personally, I want to just have more fun on the field, be more vocal on the field, and really just be myself. Don't be shy, and just let it all out.
Have you seen Jaden change as a quarterback?
I have seen Jaden grow tremendously since he's gotten to LSU. Not only from the vocal standpoint, but more confidence. I feel like Jaden has gotten stronger in the weight room, faster. His body's gotten better. He's just gotten more confident in throwing the ball. I think Jaden has just been going up since the end of the season last year.
Is this the best running back room y'all have had? Man, did you ever stop and count how many guys have been through there since you've been there? Okay.
The LSU running back room could have his Hall of Fame of its own. It has a lot of history in that room. A lot of guys that I could bring up, but I don't know. I could say this is the best running back room LSU has ever had, but
since you've been
since I've been here, I would say so. Yes, sir. We have a lot of depth. We have a lot of players on the roster. I mean, I don't want to be controversial, but I think we have a good running back room this year.
You got so many guys. Is there been any conversations started yet about how y'all are going to split up reps and get everybody the ball?
Ultimately, it all goes up to Coach Kelly. At the end of the day, we all understand, hey, we're trying to win a game. It's not about reps or who wants to get more yards. We're trying to win a national championship at the end of the day. He understands that, and we all understand that. So he'll tell us, hey, Josh, this is your opportunity. This is what I think you'll do best at, and that's who'll get the reps. And we're all okay with that because we're all in it for the same cause.
You kind of realize when you got to college, it's like one guy doesn't carry the load, not in the SEC.
Oh,
yeah. Realize it kind of takes a village as far as running backs. So something you kind of learned as soon as you got there?
Of course, yeah, definitely. Just seeing all the injuries over the years, just how banged up and how physical the SEC is. It's a rough game out there, and then having a deep running back room just makes your team that much more dangerous.
You haven't seen him play yet, but any early impressions of Logan?
I haven't seen him play yet, like on the field or anything, but he's a big back, super smart on field, like book smart, and haven't seen him run on the field yet, but he's super strong, super smart. He's there every day leading on vocally, so I'm excited to see him in camp.
Is it? No, go ahead.
When this was all over for you, is there a satisfaction of like, I bet on myself, I did it my way. I bet on myself. When people wouldn't bet on me, I bet on me.
Definitely, I would say that. I mean, my story, I would say, is a unique one. I never thought of myself as being a walk-on or being a guy that wasn't good enough to play at the next level. So whenever I decided to come to LSU as a walk-on, it wasn't really, in my eyes, wasn't like I was betting on myself. I just was waiting for my opportunity.
Back to Jaden for a second. When did you feel like that sort of confidence started to really emerge? Like, was there a time when you saw it?
I could see it as I see it every game. I could just see him every game, just getting more and more confident, especially after that Alabama game. He's just running around everywhere. I mean, going into the offseason, I saw Jaden come in more often, come in earlier, stay later, talking to guys, talking with his receivers more, talking with his O-line, coordinating player-ran practices and stuff in that nature. So it's just been a lot more communication from Jaden, a lot more confidence, a lot more growth. So it's like he's just taking over the team.
You were, of course, missed spring ball, but have you been in any of these sort of throwing sessions with him? Since
I've been fully cleared. It's like maybe a week after spring ball. So I've been cleared for the whole summer. I've been doing all the running, the runs, all the workouts, all the lifts, everything. So
you're full go for camp.
I'm full go for camp, so I'm excited.
So any of these summer throwing sessions going on? Have y'all been doing those with Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden's been having like all the receivers come out, player-ran practices, no coaches, just all the players, and we're just throwing routes, going over our plays. The linemen will come out and run some drills. We're just doing it all on our own, you know?
I mean, that's a very typical summer thing, but is there any difference to it from last summer because you've had that full year together?
I would say so. I would say guys are more comfortable. I would say guys are more comfortable around each other. I would say that more guys are stepping up and becoming leaders and bringing guys to the field and not just going by themselves and just letting them go around. They're hey guys, we're going to the field and this is what we're doing, and they're just becoming the more leaders on the team.
From maybe last summer to this summer, how has the training this summer kind of really changed? Y'all kind of tweaked some things in terms of what you guys were focusing on,
Well,
workout-wise, as opposed to this year?
This year we have done a lot of speed work, a lot of speed training, a lot of running. I know Coach Flint last year couldn't really implement his full strength training program because it was like the first year whether we were with him or whatever. But this year we've really picked it up, really going hard at it, and he's been telling us that we're doing great with like our numbers and running, so we're excited. We know we put in the work.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.